Hey everyone out there in Facebook world. Well, did your Facebook group numbers drop overnight? That is a question and a little bit of panic that's going around social media this morning because, as I said in Friday Night Cheers and a few things this week, Facebook are making changes. There's lots of glitches and lots of things happening around, and we normally know that that means that Facebook are making changes. And if you're a group admin, you might hit the panic button this morning or today because it might have looked like your Facebook group numbers dropped overnight. Now, there are a couple of reasons that this has happened, and it's not so much a case of Facebook removing people. It's just that Facebook want people to be members of the group. They're listening to oh my gosh, I don't want to be added to someone's Facebook group if I'm not being included, if I didn't want to be there type situation. Now, I just want to go and quickly grab this onto Facebook Live and share it to the BBB group because I know we've got a number of group admins in that one, and then I will come back and share with you and what's happened and where things are going and that sort of stuff. So it's not a bad thing. Please don't panic. It is actually a good thing because it's going to see your engagement increase. It's going to see your numbers actually reflect more of what it is, and it's also going to see your group insights look a lot better. And look, we got hit by about 300, but it's nothing in particular that I'm stressed about because, as I've said to everyone before, groups aren't about your numbers. They are about the amount of people that you have in them who are bringing value to that group. For my fellow admins. Group numbers. Okay, rightio. Now I'm here to focus. The reason I have been late getting on, not late getting onto this, but I'm a bit later in the day sharing this information with you is because I was doing mum stuff this morning. Okay, but the reality of it is what Facebook have done is they have taken the members who were invited to your group but haven't accepted the invite or haven't engaged and moved them to an invited tab. So they don't count in your active group numbers. So that means if you've added someone or someone else has added someone to the group and they've not engaged in the group content, they're now in a members tab called invited. And if I quickly take you over to BBB, I will screenshot this around. If you go to the members opportunity there and you screenshot around, so it's about 400 now actually. There we go. You might see it there. You will see an invited group. So there is an invited group of people now, and they don't count in your group numbers. So until they actually accept the invite, until they actually become a member, they go into the invited tab, which is there ready for people to be able to accept the invite. What it means for us as group admins is it's awesome because it means that our numbers are only being counted by the people who are getting invited that are actually interacting with the group. So the group's not full of people who aren't unengaged with the group, didn't want to be there, didn't want to be invited, all of those sorts of things. So that is there as well. Now, there are two other member sections in there that you may not know of called unavailable, and they are the blocked account, not the blocked accounts, but they're the accounts at the moment that might be restricted via Facebook. Doesn't mean that they're going to not come back in the future, but they're currently unavailable. The other tab inside your members area is the blocked one. So they're the people that you've blocked, and of course they're going to affect your numbers because things are getting out there. So what Facebook has done overnight, they've done a cleanup of inactive members. They've done a cleanup of people that haven't been invited, that were invited to the group but haven't actually actively accepted the invite or haven't actively engaged in the group since they've been added. So that is why your group numbers may have dropped overnight. It is all in an effort to make sure that everything is transparent, that people are inside Facebook groups and communities that they're engaged with. It's also a way of working around the algorithm where people are trying to beat the algorithm by making Facebook groups instead of having Facebook pages. It's all about cleaning that up and making sure that if someone is in a group, they are in there because they want to be in there and they're in there because they want to engage inside that community. So also it might mean that if you've been added to a group and you're quite happy to be there, you might not be in that group at the moment. So it might be worthwhile checking out if you're still active within those communities that you thought you were active in. So go and check out, make sure that you are still active within those communities. And if not, you might need to reapply. But once again, it's not a bad thing. Facebook make these changes and it's all about making sure the community's involved and engaged in relation to that sort of stuff. So it's about functioning. And I'll just go back to the note from Facebook for 2 seconds. These are the words from Facebook. Facebook want to make sure that when people join a group, they are in a community that's relevant and meaningful to them, which is what groups are all about. Now when someone's invited to invited and approved by an admin or member, they will be able to preview the group first and have an option to accept or decline that invitation. They will not be shown as a member of the group until they've accepted that invitation. So if you add someone to the group, we approve them, they're going to go off the invited tab that I just mentioned to you about until they've accepted it. Before this change, the total of group members included people who'd been added by others but never visited or engaged in the group. So this is what I was saying to you before. If you haven't visited or engaged with the group, then you aren't going to be counted. So for us, there's about 400 people that have been added by others that need to come in there. But once again, these people will no longer be continued in your account number, so that's why your numbers will have dropped down overnight. That's Facebook's statement, okay, regarding these group situations. So they want to make sure that everyone in a group is actively wanting to be there. So not a bad thing, but if your numbers have dropped, that's why. Don't freak out about it. Just keep engaging with the community. You can actually send a reminder if it was someone you invited to the group to remind them to continue to join if they want to come back and join again. But once again, it's all about now creating engaged communities, engaged Facebook groups, and making sure that they're good for you. And once again, I said this most probably will be a glitch that will affect those of you who've been in a group and maybe been silently watching. You might need to go and check out if you're a member of that community again. And if not, just reapply. It'll all be good. And admins will work their way around it over the next couple of days. For those of you around, I will see you at 5 o'clock tonight for 5 o'clock Cheers, where I share with you my tips on there is more than one way to do things in business. Bye.